Alright, making a rabbit here with pipe cleaners. Need at least 3 pipe cleaners. That's the smallest you'll be able to make it. Well, you could potentially do one smaller, but it'd be very difficult. So, the rabbit's foot is going to be a large portion of the leg. You're going to want to make a loop on the end of your pipe cleaner, and of course tie the pipe cleaner off so that it doesn't have that pokey part sticking out. And bend the foot that hovers over, well, not the foot, the pipe cleaner, making the leg there of the rabbit. Now, that portion you're going to want to have come out about the same much as the foot did in the first place, but create a bit of a loop. Then bend the pipe cleaner over itself and bend it up so that it lines up with the bottom of the loop. Then right where the pipe cleaner extends past the thigh, I'm going to want to bend it. And this is going to be the width of your rabbit. So that should be about half the pipe cleaner there. It doesn't have to be exact, but it should be about half. Alright, so I've used half of the pipe cleaner so far to make one leg. Now we have this portion remaining. Now we're creating another leg, and we want to make it as close to the original as possible. So you'll be doing all the same steps, but in reverse. Here I'm folding the thigh over and looping it through itself so that it stays in place. Which doesn't need to be there like that. I don't have to loop it through itself. That makes it more difficult for me. But you can't do that. I'm doing that because I want to hold the pipe cleaner in place. After you get it through, you have the next thigh, you're going to want to bend the pipe cleaner to create another leg. Then you should have enough left to wrap the pipe cleaner around and create another foot of similar length to the original. And again, just take that pointy part of the pipe cleaner and bend it around the leg so that it's not in the way and not poking anyone. You don't want to get injured while we're making a rabbit. That would be no fun. So, to have the legs stand on themselves, just bend those legs. You don't have to worry about it being perfect yet, because once you get the body and everything on here, it'll form itself. The next portion is going to be the ears and a portion of the face of the rabbit, okay? So, well, also the tail. So you're gonna want to start with the tail. First, bend your pipe cleaner in half. Right where it's folded there, it's still attached. Going to want to slide that around the loop that we created between the legs. Leave just enough space that you can grab onto the pipe cleaner and twist. Now it should twist on both sides. So one twist on the back side and one twist in the middle. So it should look like this after, or similar anyway. That's your rabbit's tail. This inner part, you're going to want to fold a little bit out so that it lines up with the thighs, the bottom portion of the thighs. Then bend it up, and that's going to be, oh, I actually didn't twist my tail enough, so I'm getting caught up on my own tail. I'm just going to twist it again there. Okay, so make sure you twist the tail once on both sides, right? That way it actually stays in place. You can twist it an additional time just to make sure. You don't want it falling out of place like it did for me there. And pipe cleaners are going to fold up. You're going to want to create a bit of an ear. Then have the pipe cleaner wrap around like that. The other pipe cleaner side is doing the same thing. I should be showing you exactly what I'm doing here instead of hiding it outside of the camera. But what are you gonna do? So 2 ears there. Wrap one portion around so that it's going to connect with the opposite ear and create a bit of a face section. The next portion instead is going to wrap around the other bottom portion of the ear. So as you can see, there's a lot missing to the rabbit still. This is where the legs come in. These legs, you want to come right in the front there. Front of the rabbit. I have to hold it in the camera. Yes, it doesn't have the legs yet. It looks more like some kind of mouse at the moment. Just fine. So you're going to make the foot loop again, but this foot loop, since it's only the front paw of the rabbit, it's going to be considerably smaller than the back paw was. Right, so if you recall, the back paw you can see on the right there, and then the front paw is the one I just made. It's very, very much smaller. If I hold them directly side by side, you can tell the difference there. Now, front paw is going to be positioned right on the front there, so you're going to want to line it up with the curve in your rabbit's belly. Going to want to loop it around. This is going to be difficult, so it's a little bit of weaving in here. Oh. If you have that, you're going to want to okay, so I hooked it around, not quite as far up as like the bottom of the head, but here I'll turn the thing around so you can see. It's like right above where the leg meets up with the rest of the pipe cleaner. It's not focusing very well on the pipe cleaner itself, but maybe if I get my hand out of there, it'll help. From the neck, you're going to want the pipe cleaner to come up to the front of the rabbit's mouth. And you're going to want to bend it again, loop it through there. Now remember not to force the bend, just let it be nice and loose at first. Once it's all the way through, tighten it and bring it back down to the opposite side of the neck where the leg was not. You're going to want to loop it around back there. It'll be easier if you fold the pipe cleaner through the inside to loop it rather than starting on the outside. And just bend the pipe cleaner again. And feed it through. Oh, I might have caught my own leg there. I did. Now, this is probably like the most difficult part of the process, so don't worry if it doesn't look like a rabbit yet. After you have it looped around, you're going to want to fold it upwards towards the tail. Get a little bit of a hunch there. Then wrap it around, not the tail, but I guess the butt of the rabbit, right? Once you have it looped all the way around the butt, so now once you have it looped all the way around the butt, fold it over again and bring it back up to the neck where your first leg was. Okay, you see that first leg sitting there? You don't want to loop the back around and meet with the top of the leg in a way. After you do so, wrapping it around and bringing it to the opposite side so that it'll line up with where you want the second foot to be. Now, problem with this can be accidentally pulling too much of your pipe cleaner through, because then you won't have any hump on the back there. But that should be okay. It'll work out. You bend the leg. See, I have a lot remaining on my pipe cleaner, so that means this won't look perfect, but it's not bad. What I'm going to do is, to make sure that pipe cleaner stays there, is wrap it around itself again, right where I want the joint of the leg to be. Now I know that my pipe cleaner is not going to be moving on me as much. It shouldn't move as much, at least. And then I'll bend it down so that it lines up with the other leg. And I'll just create a little... Oh, sorry. Okay, so I bend it down here. It's going to line up with the other leg. You can see the other leg right there. Create another paw. Remember, you want the paw to be nice and small. Now, since you have extra pipe cleaner here, well, I do anyway, since I have extra pipe cleaner here, I can just take a pair of scissors. I have a pair of scissors inside my backpack here. One sec. Alright, so take a pair of scissors and just cut off the excess pipe cleaner. Now, the excess pipe cleaner isn't a bad thing yet. Now finish bending that so that it's not going to stab anyone. We don't want pipe cleaner stabbing anyone. Alright, so now that you have your feet, you can bend the legs, the front legs a little bit, and place them on the ground. Make sure that all the feet are bent so that they all face the ground in the same way. Oh, you know what? Figured out why I messed up a little bit. On that back portion, when we were going through, the first time I did this, I actually looped the back around the leg again so that it would hold in place. But this is fine. It worked out. It's not the most pleasing looking rabbit from the behind anyway, but if you look at it from the side, you can still tell it's a rabbit. And for the front,